Hi, everybody. I'm Tony E. at Show IP Interface Brief on Twitter, and I'm here with the very handsome, always cheery, Mr. David Free Hugs Peñaloza. A big round of applause from the audience. Thank you very much. So I just kind of wanted to dive in and ask you some questions. We haven't seen each other since Cisco Live, so it's actually a pleasure to see you here on video. Yeah, once again. That was nearly like
2 weeks ago? Was it 2 weeks ago?
I don't know. Since Cisco Live, my life has been crazy. I've continued to travel. I've done all kinds of stuff. I'm still, was it 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? I'm still coming down off of that Cisco high, that Cisco Live high.
Yeah, it really feels, well, this kind of melancholy. you just want to be back, and I'm missing everybody since I left. And well, mostly because when you just come back from all of it, then you have your email just blowing up and a bunch of people, and then you were off and everything happened. It's like, really? And then I'm still catching up, kind of, because I'm assuming a new role. So that means that I need to still catch up. And well, many things were bananas when I was in there.
Yeah, very cool. So we'll talk about that, talk about getting into your new role. One of the things I was going to say is, like, when I was writing an intro to bring you into the video, I originally had Mr. David single and ready to mingle Peñaloza. But I guess I don't actually know. I was making a gross assumption. I don't actually know. So let's clear it up for all of the cool ladies out there who want an awesome network engineer. Are you single and ready to mingle, or are you reserved for somebody?
No, I am. I mean, I'm all the time, like, well, working and stuff, and usually it's complicated, really, to handle.
Yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. So there's a picture of you from Cisco Live that is my favorite. And I don't know if you remember taking this one, but it showed up in so many social media feeds. It was at the end of Cisco Live. We were out back taking pictures in front of the sign. And there's a picture of you winning the cape, and you're like this.
Oh yeah. That's been out for a while. that picture is awesome.
That is one of my favorite ones out of all of the entire week from Cisco Live.
Cisco Live was just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when I got back from Cisco Live, it took me a while to sort of come down off of that high. It's always a great experience for me being at Cisco Live. This is only my second Cisco Live. The first one was Orlando last year. And I had such a great time on the first one. I wanted to come to this one. And I had such a great time this time. I want to go, I want to get ready to go next year.
The next one is in Las Vegas. Come on.
I know. I got to... I think I can make that happen. I think I can make it happen.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I think I can make it happen.
Last year we kind of met quickly, and it was by the end of Cisco Live, and I remember you guys were talking with Peter. It was really complex, and we couldn't see it and talk and everything. And this time, at least, we met a little bit more. It's just that it just comes crazy, really. I'm all the time like running around, and then a couple of times that I catch you, it's like, hey, how's it going? Hey, yeah. Cool. And then like a picture, and then okay, I gotta go, and then. But it's just, the event is this way. So
that's something actually I'd like to get your opinion on. You've been to 2 Cisco Live US and also Europe, or what is your Cisco Live count?
2 Cisco Live US and 3 in Europe.
Okay.
And I have been in the last 2 years in both.
So I guess my question is I kind of find, I mean, the reason that I go to Cisco Live and what I really find the value is in something I call human networking, right? Because it's a Cisco conference and it's a networking company, right? I really go for something called human networking, which is meeting people like yourself and all of my great friends out there and all of the new people I get to meet. It's just an amazing experience. So I don't necessarily go for the talks. The talks are great. Meeting those professionals, the experts in their fields is an honor, and you always learn something. You're always learning. But for me, the magic happens in the hallway when we're running around and we're seeing each other, or we're trying to take pictures, or whatever we're doing. That's where the magic happens. That's my opinion. How do you feel about Cisco Live?
In my opinion, 2/3, to not say, well, yeah, let's say 2/3 of the whole experience is just the people, because otherwise, without people, there's no Cisco Live, right? So
100% true.
2/3 of it for me is just meeting with the people, getting to know either new people or just meeting again the old ones. I mean, like you, like Quintin, or I met new people this time, like the green girl.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what's up? And then suddenly people come like, isn't you David from Twitter? I was like, oh, the last time I checked it was David. But it's just awesome. I mean, I love it because you get to really get together with all these people that you were only talking through Twitter before. And then suddenly it's like, how's it going? And then we just see it. We have coffee. We just have breakfast. Happened a couple of times that I end up having breakfast at Cisco Live with the same person in totally different tables. And she was following me on Twitter. And then she suddenly puts a tweet like, hey, I was your breakfast partner today. And I was like, the hell? Was it you? Awesome. And then the next day, I just found a place to sit and it was her. And she was like, okay, this is a funny, coincidence. It's like, how's it going? And then we were just talking for a while, but it's just the way you connect with the people. I mean, Cisco Live, although many people are introverts, anyway, they do the best to get into it, because there's a week this is the week, sorry, where you have all that people that you will never see again, or maybe you will see them in another year. So that means you need to squeeze it as much as you can. You see people like Nick Russo. You see people like, well, in my case, Peter Palúch. I meet him constantly because I'm traveling there, also to Brussels or over the meeting here, because he's my mentor anyway. So it's kind of different. But for people like Daniel Dave is it's a very close friend of mine, and I get to meet him only once, and he's here in Europe, imagine. So it's like, I cannot miss it. I have Riikka Sihvonen.
Yeah. I
meet Riikka as well. I have people like Katherine McNamara, like Tim McConaughey. It's Dustin Schuemann. I mean, it's like, hey, dude, what's up? And then suddenly it's like we meet each other from, or maybe it's like we know each other from the whole life. It's like, what's up? It's just another level, really. I mean, you can go for the talks, but then you will be missing 2/3 of fun. And now that almost everything is being recorded, for which reason do you need to be there? Maybe if you need to talk with the engineer, maybe if you need to have a closer look to a problem that you need to solve. But this is not going to be the rule all the time. It will be an exception. But most of the time, you will just have the talk for later. And now that the Cisco Live team looks like they just don't sleep, like 4 days after, or was it a week, suddenly everything is uploaded. It's like, what? Dude, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So before it was 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Now it's just like 1 week or maybe even less. So do you really need to invest all the time in talks? Probably not. I'm doing it because I also like to join to the talks that my friends are being the stars. Tim, Denise.
Yeah.
The only chance I get to meet Denise is in Cisco Live. And each time I meet her, it's like, Denise. And I just jump on her and carry her over and everything, the lady. It's just an experience that you cannot miss. I understand you can join several talks, or at least in my case, I'm joining several talks, but I'm prioritizing the people, because this is what really makes us the community we are. It's just the people you meet there. You can meet them over Twitter, or you can talk with them over Twitter for years. But there's this special thing, like this bond that you build in the moment where you just meet, like, hey, what's up? And then suddenly, this is you. And you maybe never met them before, but you know the picture. So you know who is it. You're just trying to put, a face to a voice and trying to to make the thing in your mind. And it just becomes magical. I love it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel the exact same way. It's the reason that makes it so special is the people build the community. And this is a place where everyone in the community can come together. One of the things I was thinking about it actually last night, because I still even think about Cisco Live, even though it's been a few weeks. One of the last things I'll say about it is I remember on my first Cisco Live, sort of walking around, and you might see, like, actually Tom Hollingsworth did a great blog post about the community, and it took a great picture, posted it on Twitter, did a great blog post right up about this is what the community is about. It's these people. This is what Cisco Live is about. And the picture was of a powwow, right? Sort of just a circle of people sitting down on the ground, crisscross applesauce, sitting down on the ground. And I remember thinking, on my first Cisco Live, like, wow, look at all those, networking icons, all these people that I've learned from and I respect and that I would love an opportunity to meet. How do I get to be part of that group? And the answer to that question is, go sit down.
Yeah, just
like,
there. Just
like
get
that.
They will
That's
never teach you away.
That's the beauty of this community is if you want to be part of it, everyone's an equal. You don't have to earn your way in. You just go sit down. You just go be part of it. Everyone has something to add to the conversation, and everyone is so valued. And no other community do I feel the same way about. It's really, really awesome.
It's just unique. Like when we were in this circle, I suddenly just sat next to Denise, and she was like, I mean, it's just welcoming. It's warm. It's warm. It's just, I don't know. It has this ad hoc thing that it makes it just unique.
Absolutely. So for the past 2 years at Cisco Live, I went last year Orlando, this year San Diego. You've won the cape. Last year it was a white cape. This year is a blue cape.
Yes.
So let's talk about the cape, because I think you are probably most photographed for running around, taking pictures with people. You have your big black hat on. You have a blue cape. It's hard to miss you, and especially when you're actually running from place to place.
Yeah, you see the
cape is behind you like this. So it's just so funny. You're so photographed. So talk to me about what the cape is, how you earn it, what it means.
Well, Cisco Live has the social media team. They have this contest, which daily. They'll give away one cape. The contest involves the best insights, maybe before the show, the best insights on the opening keynote or in the technology keynote. They have a theme every day, but it also includes being about the only way you give these insights, the only way you have let's say engagements, it's over Twitter. So it depends on how you tweet, not just how much you do it, but how meaningful they are. Maybe it looks like maybe it doesn't look like real, but they are literally checking each one of the tweets. So it's not like they're gonna tweet one Cisco Live US, the hashtag, 2 clues, 3 clues, and they're like, oh, you won. Haha, no. I mean, they're really checking the stuff. They're really checking your messages. And they suddenly is like, okay, I will love this one. We love this picture. And they use your pictures even. I took a picture, more than one actually, of the social media team. And then they use it when they were saying goodbye, when they were just saying, well, meet you next year. They use this picture as well. Or this is our social media thing. And they just took it. It's a way that you contribute. So this is an hour for just the people who just contribute the most, or they contribute in the most valuable way, at least according to them. I'm not saying I'm the guy who best contributes. I just do my best, and it turns out to be good. But it's up to them. I'm not the judge.
Yeah. As far as Twitter is concerned, and the social media team, I think we can all say that you are a machine. When it comes to tweeting, not just in volume, but in great content, great feedback, great engagements. I think you told me that's maybe you were counting or someone was counting and you had like 804 tweets.
Yeah, and it was 800 something, and it got to almost 900 by the end. And the person who was the closer was like in 300 something. So there wasn't really a buffer.
That's unstoppable. I mean, over 800. I mean, I tried to make a run at the Cape, right? I tried to for all the days. I tried to make sure I beat you in volume and make sure my name was on the leaderboard first. And it was a fun thing to do, and I think we all had a good time. But after hearing about 800 tweets, I was like, I don't think I came close to that.
But you don't need to get to that number.
No,
somebody had 300.
It's just for fun.
Yeah, it's not the number. It's about really having fun. And I was not only tweeting stuff about insights. I was tweeting about people I was meeting. Suddenly I was walking and I hear David, and when I turn around, it's Wendell Odom. I mean, it's like, oh my God, it's Wendell! So I had to run to him, like Wendell. I mean, it's like, oh, my panties done. Because it's him. or maybe when I had to record several podcasts, then I had to run through World Solutions, and I had to record the podcast with I forget his name. Wait. Team Szigeti.
Okay.
QoS, QoS, end-to-end QoS author. And then suddenly when I get to talk to him about IoT and all the stuff, that he finishes and it's like, that podcast was fun, dude. You're nice. And it's like, damn it, thank you. Like, I will never take a shower again. Like, you tell me I'm awesome.
You're gonna wear the compliments.
Yeah,
they don't wash off.
It's just you get to interact with people who is just icons, because they are icons. And suddenly you see that most of them have this human warmth. You just need to get close to them. Sometimes when we idealize people, we feel like, oh no, maybe I just cannot get because no, he's too awesome or whatever. And suddenly you just get to them like, hey, how's it going? And suddenly they're like, hey dude, what's up? Want to drink a coffee? Like Wendell. Wendell is extremely warm. Or NetworkChuck. NetworkChuck is like, how's it going? Take coffee. I mean, it's just another level, really.
And we'd like to take this moment and pause and thank one of our sponsors. NetworkChuck, I'd like to thank you for sponsoring today's caffeine intake. This is the morning of champions.
The same, dude. I have it as well.
So let's step out of that for a second. I want to know, when you're not on Twitter, which Cisco Live is a lot, you're on Twitter often.
Yeah.
And Cisco Learning Network and these other forums. When you're not glued to your screen, sending messages, sending pictures, commenting, providing valuable feedback, what are you doing for fun?
I sometimes go out with some friends. I don't drink too much, but I go out with them and just sit and talk. I had a friend who came 2 days ago. He's this kind of friend who invites himself to your place. So he just sent me a WhatsApp message like, dude, I'm at your door. It's like, what? Like, what the hell are you doing here? It's like, I have nothing else to do. So it's like, well, are you opening the door? It's like, oh yeah, dude, I mean, you're already there. So let me just open the door. I mean, it was totally random. And we end up just sitting there and talking for hours. I most of the time what I do is I just go out to meet with some friends and talk to them and just talk about anything. Life doesn't matter. I go from time to time to visit Peter in Brussels, or I try to visit another country. I try to take a bus and, I don't know, go to Krakow. I'm going to Krakow in July to visit a friend who just got a job on Cisco in Krakow. He came from Dominican Republic. So then my friend, the one who is famous for being self-invited, is also from Dominican Republic. And we are going to then go to Krakow in July to meet him, to welcome him. I mean, it's just, for me, it's just staying with some people. I feel like I get recharged with some other people. But if I'm not going out, sometimes I'm just staying here. Sometimes I'm just slacking if I find the time to slack. Because if I'm not working, if I'm not at Twitter, maybe I'm writing a document, maybe I'm trying to translate something for Cisco Learning Network, maybe I'm trying to read something, because, well, for CCDE, you never finish studying, right? You're all the time studying. And this should be, well, let's be honest, this should not be for CCDE, this should be for being an expert, for learning. You just never end. This is, unfortunately, for some people, this is the downside of being an expert. That in my case, you never get to be an expert. I mean, you're all the time learning, you're all the time trying to add new stuff, and I try to also invest time a bit on it. I have a bunch of videos I listen when I'm commuting. I have a bunch of videos I watch when I am on the plane. Or, well, sometimes I play at the computer. I made this funny character in The Sims 4 who was exactly like me, and I was laughing hysterically because because it was exactly like me. I put like he's goal oriented or whatever, and suddenly just the algorithm put the other things, and it was like, he's stubborn, he's noisy, he's clumsy. It's like, what the hell? Like, everything was there. For me, this was like, God damn it, like The Sims knows me. and the dude was identical. Sorry. I mean, it's hysterical because I wasn't expecting this.
So I'll ask you another question, which is, what is your favorite food?
Ooh, that's complex.
Let me tell you why I ask. Let me tell you why I ask. Some people know this about me. Some people don't. I am an absolute food fanatic. When people ask me where I want to go for lunch, or one of the best things I do, one of my favorite things I do is and actually I learned this from somebody else. When somebody goes on travel and they come back, most people say like, how was your vacation? What did you do? Where did you go? The first thing I'm asking is, what did you eat?
Exactly.
I need to know what you ate. Like, skip all the other stuff. Tell me what you ate. I want to know where's the good food. And So everywhere I go, I'm trying to find like anywhere in travel here within the US, I'm trying to find my favorite places to eat, new foods, things that are unique. I absolutely, absolutely love food. And so my friends have told me that when I describe like favorite foods or places that I've gone, that like I'm doing it like it's on TV. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? I'm just describing it so crispy and it's moist and the steam's coming off and whatever it is. So
yeah, you get this voice in the background like, come and try our new flavor, bacon flavor burger with exquisite pickles, and you get the whole description and it's so sexy. It's like, I want one.
Okay, so tell me what's your favorite food? What's your go-to?
I am not into sweets. I found the picture. I am not into sweets, not too much, because my whole family is like diabetic, but I'm into salty, crunchy things, spicy things. I love Mexican food. I love Chinese food. I love Japanese food. When I visit, this is a ritual. When I visit Peter in Brussels, we always go to one specific place which sells ramen. I love it. And we always go to the same place. And right next to the ramen, there's a sushi place. So we had lunch and then, okay, let's take the dinner to go. And then we just take the dinner. It's just like a ritual. And I love Chinese, Japanese, Mexican, and I would say anything else which is just crunchy, which is, did you feel like you're biting it and it sounds and it's just crispy, and salty things. Like I have this weakness for Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. I love it, but I keep most of the time myself away from it because I also have this kind of like, I need to keep it healthy. I lost a bunch of kilos. Before I left Venezuela, I was 105 kilos. And I lost a lot of it, but it's obvious that I don't want to gain them again. And after Cisco Live, you come like with 2 or 3 more kilos.
Yeah, and not 2 or 3 more in the luggage, 2 or 3 more on the body.
Here, like on the belly. Yeah, I felt kind of guilty, so I'm still fighting this. But anything which is salty, crispy, and hopefully not deep fried. But if it's deep fried, what can we do?
So I'll tell you something. I don't have a favorite food, okay? But if you tell me where you're going, I will tell you where my favorite restaurants are and what the best thing to eat is. Okay. So just similar to how when you visit Peter, you guys have a ritual. When I go to Orlando and visit my buddy Quintin, the land tamer, I've been down there 3-4 times for work. I was down there for Cisco Live, and then I came like 3-4 times afterwards for work. Every time I called him and said, we have a dinner date. Every time we go to the same restaurant, we absolutely have a blast.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then, so what we did was actually, maybe people don't know this. Well, it's not really a tradition yet, but I think it has now going to become a tradition. After Cisco Live Orlando, the very last day, we all went out to a group dinner. It was me, Quintin, a bunch of other folks. Dimitri was there. Dimitri Figo was there. So it's about maybe 8, 9, 10 of us. And we went to this awesome Greek restaurant in Orlando. Okay. We had a blast. Then I went to visit Quintin 3 more times. We kept going back to that Greek restaurant. Okay. Then Cisco Live San Diego, we wanted to plan a dinner for Quintin has a Discord server called the Land Tamers. And so we invite anyone from the Land Tamers, and anyone can come. But we try to make a group for dinner. And so in San Diego, we went and ate at the Greek restaurant. And so now when we go to Vegas, I hope my buddy Quintin can come to Vegas. I hope I can make it to Vegas. We are going to have another big group dinner at a Greek restaurant. And
that sounds awesome, dude.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? I invited you. You were too busy. I know you're a very, very busy man, flying around the world, saving hours from packets. I know. But yes, that's kind of become something that we do, and hopefully it becomes our Cisco Live tradition.
No, it's awesome. I mean, my problem is that I have many days that are really booked, hardly booked. Like I have the Cisco VIP dinner, which is always fixed on Monday. So on Monday, immediately after we finish Cisco Live, we get this dinner with the VIP, so I cannot miss it. Then usually I try to meet with Daniel, Riikka, Peter, or Elvin, who is another friend of mine. We try to meet on another day because most of the time Daniel is overbooked because he's kind of, I'm famous, bitch. So he's all the time busy. So we try to book him before. What we did is that we knew we were gonna be busy, so we got to San Diego on Saturday. So on Saturday we were meeting on Saturday night, and on Sunday as well we tried to meet just right before Cisco Live because we knew it was gonna be busy. It's complicated. I mean, it doesn't mean that I really am rejecting all the other things because I want to. It's like sometimes it's like, we're gonna meet. Yeah, we have this already scheduled, and then suddenly somebody else comes. It's like, can you join us? No. Oh, so well, I mean, unless you can join us or we can kind of make something together, it's really complicated.
Yeah. No, it is so great to have sort of like you described, that core group of people you can go out to eat with, that will be there. You're going to have a good time. Everyone's going to enjoy it. It's about the food.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we didn't know where to go, so we ended up going to the Cheesecake Factory.
Are you kidding me? Stop,
dude.
Stop right
now.
No, listen. Listen, you have broken a cardinal rule in travel. Come on. You went from Venezuela to the Czech Republic, and when you travel to the US, you go to the freaking Cheesecake Factory? That is insulting. It's insulting to all of the great restaurants that are out there that are making great food, and you want to go. That's like going to the McDonald's in some city you haven't been because they got the best burger. Are you kidding me?
I have never been in the Cheesecake Factory, so I had to go. And it was next to Daniel's hotel, and it was like, okay, we have this one in front, and let's go. Okay, let's go. And the cakes were awesome. I mean, my bad, but the cakes were awesome. Then what did we have? We went to another place later, but we can't remember the name. But anyway, I mean, yeah, the only one I remember is the Cheesecake Factory. So now I feel ashamed. So
yeah, I would tell you the entire time I spent in San Diego, I did not eat at one restaurant that is like a corporate chain. Okay.
Oh, well.
A couple of the restaurants I ate at have multiple locations. Okay. But they're local to the area. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like, that's where you find the best food. The Cheesecake Factory. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. When I see you in Vegas, I'm going to go to the Cheesecake Factory. And if you're there, I'm going to yank you out.
Okay.
Fair enough. You're coming with me to eat. All right, we're gonna go find a real restaurant.
Yeah, no, I don't believe I'm going again. I mean, it's just that it was something I had to do because I wanted to find Penny. Sadly, Penny wasn't there. I mean, it's just something that you want to do because I have been in US only 2 times in my life, and those were Cisco Live. So I got my visa 1 month before Cisco Live Orlando, and immediately when I got the visa, I booked the flight and everything. And this time was my second time in US. I have never been in any other cities than Orlando and San Diego, and now will be Vegas, but never before. So I was trying to go to places where, well, that you see now in these movies or series or whatever. And anyway, we had it super close to the hotel, so I was like, okay, let's just cross the street. But my bad. I mean, next time you're gonna tell me where to go.
I'm gonna give you a list and a schedule of places you can go to eat. All right, I'll do the research. I'll give you the list. I'll put it on Twitter. Anyone, we'll put a big "Want to meet David" sign out front of the restaurant. You'll be there in the window eating.
Yeah, that would be perfect. I mean, I don't mind. I love to see it and eat with others. I feel like this is also a good way to share.
Absolutely. Well,
so if you want to hug, just come. Like,
if you want to hug David, you just have to ask. He's there for free hugs
all the time.
That's right. David, I thank you so much. We'll wrap up here. I really appreciate your time. We've been trying to do this for like 2 weeks, but because you're like on the other side of the planet, coordinating has been hard. For me, it's like Saturday morning here. It's like Saturday afternoon there.
Yeah, Matt Ouellette, he tells me, you live in the future. It's hilarious, but it's always complicated because of the US time zone. And it's kind of funny because when I had to study with my CCDE study group, they meet on Saturdays and on Tuesday nights. But the funny thing is that Tuesday nights 9 p.m. and that's like 3 a.m. here. So then I'm waking up at 3 a.m. How's it going, guys? And they're all like, "What the hell, dude? Did you sleep?" Sometimes.
Yeah.
But you kind of make it work.
Yeah. All right, David, thank you very much. Go enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I really appreciate you sharing your story, and we all look forward to seeing you next year at Cisco Live.
Hope we can meet and really have dinner.
Absolutely, buddy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
See you, buddy. Bye.